Hey kindergartners, it is time to paint our pumpkin patches. So to start with, we're going to do a little tracing. Everywhere you have pencil, you're going to trace with your black permanent marker. What this is going to do is it's going to keep our lines nice and sharp. And do you see how I'm taking my time to really trace very carefully and stay right on top of that pencil line? I want you to do that same thing. Be very careful. And you know what else? You don't have to push very hard. If you hear your marker squeaking, you're probably pushing too hard. If you listen carefully, I'll bet you can't even hear my marker because I'm not touching the paper very hard at all. So go ahead and trace yours while I
finish mine.
Alright, so kindergartners, now it is time to create some magic. We need our colorful markers, and we need a paintbrush, and we need a cup or a tray of water. So the first thing I'm going to start in on is my pumpkins. My pumpkins, they're all going to be orange. You could do yours different colors if you wanted to, but I'm going to do mine a little more traditional. So my pumpkins are going to be orange. And I'm going to just trace. Do you see how I'm going right inside that black line with my marker? And I'm doing a nice thick line. It's not little like this. This is a little skinny line. I want a nice thick line. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get some water. This is where the magic happens and it's kind of cool. So watch carefully. Now I have a few rules for our paintbrushes first. First of all, you never jab the paintbrush in the cup, because if you're jabbing the paintbrush in the cup, it's gonna ruin those bristles and you're not gonna like that paintbrush to use anymore. So instead of jabbing, you're gonna mop the bottom of your cup. Gently, very gently. We got a bell, how was that nice? So very gently, you're mopping the bottom of your cup. Then you're going to brush it along the edge 2 or 3 times to get a lot of those extra drips off. And then you're gonna paint. And you're thinking, well, where's the paint? The paint is your marker. So you're gonna grab your paint, your marker that you just put on there, and you're gonna drag it into the middle of your pumpkin. And look at that, just like magic. It paints your whole pumpkin in. And you're gonna just keep going. Now I want you to think, while we're doing these pumpkins, what color are the leaves in the fall? What color are the leaves in the fall? Let's think about that while we finish painting our pumpkins. Oh, I forgot one very important rule. We never, ever leave the paintbrush in the water. So when you rinse your brush off in between colors, you're gonna rinse it and you're just gonna set it right on the table at the top of your workspace. And that way, our brushes stay really good for us. They're not gonna get ruined. Water is a brush killer. So make sure that we rinse it and then we let it sit on the table to dry a little bit. All right, let's go ahead and finish up our pumpkins and then we will move on to our leaves. Right, boys and girls, you may notice I went ahead and colored all of my stems on my pumpkins green. Now let's talk about those leaves. I've gone ahead and I have outlined all of my leaves. And for my leaves, I chose all of those fall colors, those colors that I see all the leaves turning right now. So let's see if we can name some of these colors. When I point to it, you're gonna tell me what color it is. If you said red, you got it right. If you said purple, you got it right. If you said orange, you got it right. If you said yellow, excellent job. Ooh, this one might be a tough one. It is brown. Good job. All right, go ahead and trace your leaves and get them painted in just like you did your pumpkins. I got all of my leaves nice and painted in. The very last thing that you need to make sure that you do on your paper is write your name right down there in the bottom corner.